Hello dear students, welcome to Vision Pharmacy. In our today's video, we will be discussing about control release formulation. Before we start with our today's video, please do like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon for getting updates on upcoming videos. Let's begin dear students. Starting with the definition. So, control release formulation are designed to release a drug at a predetermined rate and may vary the release pattern based on time, location, and other factors. So, student, this control release means a special kind of pills or tablet that release the medicine in a very controlled and a specific way, right? Unlike regular tablets that release all the medicines at once, our control release formulation are designed in such a way that they release drug at a precise rate and that can depend on need, sometimes more in the beginning, sometimes less, or at certain times like when it is needed. Okay, then talking about its release pattern. So basically it may release in controlled manner that varies rate, which includes basically three different types like that of zero order, then pulsatile or multi-phase release. So student, in zero order the drug is released at a constant rate, okay, so like a steady stream of water. Then the second one, that is, in this type, the drug is released in bursts at specific time, like a time release of medicine every few hours. And the third one, that is the multiphase release. In this, the release rate might change depending on factors like time of the day or biological need. Okay, then talking about mechanism or how does this control release formulations work. So students, there are various systems can be used such as osmotic controlled, then membrane controlled, or diffusion controlled, or chemically controlled release mechanism, etc. Okay, so students, in osmotic system, this system works by using water to push the medicine out of the tablet at a steady pace. Okay, whereas in membrane controlled, a special coating or membrane around the tablet controls how much medicine is to be released. Then there is also a reservoir system in which medicine is stored in a tiny reservoir and is slowly released when it is required. Okay. Then one more mechanism involved is hydrogel or polymer system. In this system, change in response to water or temperature are used to control the release. Okay. Now talking about objective. So the basic objective of this control release formulation is to release the drug at a precisely and predictably at the site of action. Okay, often in response to a specific stimulus that could be either in form of pH or enzyme. Getting? So this helps the drug to work exactly when and where it's needed and providing the most effective treatment with fewer side effects. Okay, so this is the basic objective behind formulation of control release type of formulations. Moving to the advantages. The first advantage includes it provides a higher degree of control over drug release. Also, it can achieve site-specific drug delivery. That is, if required to a particular site, it is a best suited for that. Then, it can optimize therapeutic efficacy by matching drug release to biological needs. Also, if needed to add some more advantages, you can also include it has fewer side effects or better therapeutic action, and also it reduces frequency of dosing. Okay, then talking about their disadvantages. So obviously the first disadvantage is complex manufacturing process. Okay, so your control release systems are usually more complicated to manufacture in comparison to that of your regular tablets, making it comparatively more expensive. Then the second one is risk of failure. Okay, so here if the control release mechanism fails, then there will be too much medicine that will be released all at once, right? So this will cause dose dumping. Then the third is not suitable for all drugs. So students, more or less, the disadvantages are similar to the sustained release. We have already prepared a video on sustained release type of formulation. If you want, you can find out on the channel, you will get it. Okay. So these are the major drawbacks which are being faced by control release type of formulations. Now moving to the next one, that is application. So basically, targeted drug delivery. Okay. So students, control release is especially useful for drugs that need to be delivered at a specific part of the body, like that of stomach, intestine, or somewhere else. Okay. So especially in case of cancer, infections, or inflammations. Then it is used in conditions required site specific delivery. Okay. Example, oral drug targeting or colon, right? Also, it is used in chronic conditions like that of diabetes, heart disease, chronic pain, right? Where a constant and controlled level of medicine is required, and are also suitable for those conditions which require a specific timing. For example, hormones or sleep aids, etc. Okay, so for all those, this type of formulation are perfectly suitable or a good match. Moving to the next one, that is examples. So examples of this include, first one, oral contraceptives. Okay, so some birth control pills are designed to release hormone in a controlled way over time. Okay, then the second one is chemotherapy agents. In this case, the drugs can be delivered directly to the tumor where they are most needed, right? And ultimately, there will be minimum toxic impact or less harmful effect on the healthier tissues. The third example is insulin. Okay, so some form of insulin are control release, that is, they work very slowly over time, keeping blood sugar level steady. Okay, then talking about release of drug or release duration. So these type of formulations are generally prepared in such a way that they release from hours to day, but the key is that the release is controlled and happenly exactly when it is needed. Okay, so we can say that the release duration can vary from seconds to day with precise control over time and release rate. Okay, that is, it is not slow and steady like sustained release. It can happen at specific point in time or based on the body's need. Moving to the next one, cost. So obviously, control release formulations are generally more expensive than that of regular tablets, and the reason behind that is it is comparatively needs more advanced technology and also more complex manufacturing process. Moving to next one, regulatory considerations. So dear students, we can say that the control release formulations are closely regulated because they need to release the exactly intended amount of drug. This means more testings are required to ensure release profile is correct and predictable. Okay, so it is said that often subjected to more complex regulatory scrutiny due to sophisticated release mechanism and potential from varying release rates. Okay, then the next point, that is patient compliance. So in this case, students, as we have already seen that control release medicines are more precisely dosed and sometimes needs to be taken less frequently, patient may find it easier to follow their treatment plan, improving its compliance. Then the next is formulation example. So students, the formulation example includes, the first one is reservoir system. So student, medicine is stored inside and a gradual release occurs which is through a controlled mechanism. Okay, the next type is matrix system. So students, in this system the drug is embedded into a matrix which is usually made up of polymer or other material, where it slowly dissolves or swells in the body, gradually releases the drug over time, getting, and the release rate depends on the composition and structure of the matrix as well as interaction with the body fluid. Then the third one, is membrane controlled system. So in these students, the drug is inside a tablet which is uh, with the help of membrane that controls how much and how fast it is being released. Okay, then the last point, that is the key focus. So students, the main goal of control release is to control the release of drug exactly, right? That is sometimes based on time, sometimes based on where it is needed to go in the body, or even in burst when needed most. Okay, so we say that to provide a predictable and precise drug release that may or may not follow a continuous pattern. So that's all students in our today's video. I hope you have understand control release type of formulations. Thank you.